Well, you know, people often ask me, what's your most memorable event from your 3 flights in space? And I think they expect me to say launch or landing, but what was really memorable to me was an event that took place on my 3rd flight. You know, the communication systems on board the shuttle were always very busy, and so we didn't really get to talk to our families very much. So someone was smart enough to install a ham radio in our back window, and they opened that up to schools to ask to speak to the space shuttle astronauts in space. And my older son's school in Houston put in their request, and they were assigned to my flight. And so all the students had to learn about the space shuttle and about ham radio communications, and my son Paul was 11 at the time, so there was a lot of hoopla around that. And when I was practicing his question that he was going to ask me, he looked a little worried about it, and I said, "Paul, are you afraid that you're going to mess up or something?" And he sort of looked down and said, "No, Mom, I'm really afraid you're going to embarrass me in front of all my friends by saying something mushy." So I said, "Don't worry, Paul, I'll just answer your questions just like I answer everybody else's, and I won't say anything mushy." And so came time when I was talking to the students, and it became obvious that the communications were crackling and we were about to go out of touch with the ground. And I had answered Paul's question, and they were all very nice, and I said, "Thank you, St. Barnabas School. I've really enjoyed your questions, and I'll come see you after I land. Goodbye." And out of the void, the blackness of space, when I'm up there all lonely for my family, comes a little voice, and it says, "I love you, Mom. Have a safe trip home." So even though he didn't want me to say anything mushy, he said something that was very important to me.